From the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Vault. I am your host with the most, Jersey Joe Archino. And like I have been saying all week, this is one of the best times of the year to be a sports fan. It is my favorite time of the year to be a sports fan. NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the UEFA Champions League, the Final Four is set. We have the NFL Draft, which is going to be here. Major League Baseball is kind of taking a backseat to all of it, but it's still there. It's still relevant. There's just way too much stuff. A lot of sleepless nights, but it makes it all worth it coming on the air and breaking it all down. Obviously, we've got to headline it, though, with the draw for the semifinals and the final for the UEFA Champions League. I think the matches, no matter how they went, were going to be incredible, and they're just going to be awesome. At first, you have Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and kind of talked about them earlier in the week, but right now, there's nobody in the world who's playing better than these two respective clubs. Bayern Munich just clobbering FC Porto the other day, 6-1. Barcelona with another impressive win, 2-0 over Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, both of the clubs just have attacking trios like no other. Now, I still hold that Barcelona has the best three players in the world. I mean, Luis Suarez, Neymar, and Messi. I just don't think you'll find anyone better than that. But again, Pep Guardiola against Luis Enrique. I think from a coaching standpoint, it goes in Bayern's corner. Now, I was kind of hoping that the final would be Barcelona and Bayern Munich because I think that is the best final that you could possibly get right now. I really think these are the two best clubs in the world right now. No one else is really at that level. Now, of course, Juventus and Real Madrid, the other matchup, also incredible. Those are two of the best clubs in the world as well. But I think right now, when you just look at it from an explosive standpoint, what these two clubs can do on the pitch, I really don't see anybody better than Barca and Bayern right now. But Juve and Real Madrid will be fun. Now, Real Madrid has had a very roller coaster-esque season. Gareth Bale, Benzema, both absent from their win from their win against Atletico Madrid the other day. And you look, that was a big test for them because Diego Simeone's side in Atletico has had their number this year. They knocked them out of Copa del Rey. They've done fantastic against them in the regular season. To really show up in this game and get that win, that confidence booster, Chicharito scoring that goal, I think was big for them. But, I mean, Juve is also an interesting one, and we see Italian sides, when you don't see them regularly, are very difficult to face, especially in a game of this magnitude because of how Italian teams play, the style, the tactical philosophy, the defensive mindset. Italian teams are very difficult to play in these situations. Now, Paul Pogba is absent still, which I really think is going to prevent Juve from winning it all, but I think that they have every chance to beat Real Madrid here. And more of it is because there hasn't been a ton of stress put on them, Juve, this season. I mean, they've really had the Scudetto in Serie A locked up for a while now. I mean, we've all kind of known since about after New Year's when Roma really fell off. I mean, Lazio has played very well. Some of the other clubs have made some strides. I think for the most part, it was really a two-way race most of the season, and Roma really fell off with their streak of just draw. So Juve has not had a lot of pressure on them in Serie A. That's obviously the most important thing, is to be the four-time defending champions of Italia. But I think right now they're in business. It's going to be a phenomenal match. I mean, in terms of picks, I mean, it's as difficult as you could get right now because, again, these probably are the four best clubs in the world right now. I think sometimes you don't always feel like one of these clubs are really at the top, but I think right now, if you really went up and down and you try to rank the top 25 clubs in Europe right now, I really don't think that you could go wrong with these three. Obviously Barca, Bayern, and Real Madrid. Barcelona, Real Madrid, the two best clubs in Spain, not even close. Bayern, the best club in Germany, not even close. And again, Juventus, the best club in Italy. So the power leagues of Europe and in the world football, you have the best representation of all the leagues in this final. So we're in business now. I thought at the end of the day, on Soccer Showdown, the show I do every Wednesday with my co-host Michael Holzer, he's a Bayern Munich guy, and he still didn't think that they would be able to beat Barcelona. Now, again, I think from a coaching standpoint, I'm still in Bayern's corner a little bit. I think Pep Guardiola is just at a different level. Luis Enrique has had his ups and downs so far this season, but certainly there's been a lot of stability there after what seemed like a lot of controversy and turmoil. But I think at the end of the day, I can't bet against Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Neymar. When you're trying to compare Real Madrid's trio and Barcelona's trio, they're different from the way they are off the pitch to the way they are on the pitch. I think Barcelona, the reason why it's all so good is because it's such a giving environment. It reminds me so much of the Miami Heat when they won their 2 championships, 4 finals appearances. Part of the motto of that team was the unselfishness. LeBron James kind of setting that standard where you're going to get your looks, you're going to get your shots, ball movement, giving the ball, everyone gets their touches. I think Barcelona is really the same way, and it all starts with Lionel Messi. We know Ronaldo is more, look, second best player in the world, not even close after that, him and Messi. But at the end of the day, he's not as effective when he's not scoring goals. Messi just beats you from his presence alone. He doesn't need to score to dominate you. It's just from his presence, the passes that he makes, elevating his teammates, creating opportunities. I mean, he just does it all, and I think that's the main reason. Now, Bayern Munich, they adopt that philosophy too, because remember, Pep Guardiola, him and Messi, I mean, when he was at FC Barcelona, they had one of the greatest runs they've ever had in the club's history. So he's a guy who really institutes that philosophy. They share that philosophy with both clubs. But I think right now, if I had to pick between Barca and Bayern, I've got to go with Barcelona. Again, I cannot pick against the best player in the world and his teammates who are just at a different level right now. Now, Juve and Real Madrid, very difficult as well. I probably would have to go with Real Madrid if you made me pick right now. I just think, again, I think from a finesse standpoint, this is a good matchup for both of them because I think if Juve was against a more physical opponent, in maybe an EPL team or Bayern Munich, I don't think they would do as well because I don't know. But Gianluigi Buffon has been incredible. I think he has 6 clean sheets so far in this tournament, so he's not giving up a lot of goals. We've got to see how Gareth Bale and Benzema are. I'm sure they will be playing in this match. But, I mean, it really is a coin flip, I think, this second one. They both truly are coin flips because of how good both sides are. I think from a goalkeeping standpoint, Juve has got the edge. I think Buffon has been incredible right now. But I still worry. I don't think without Paul Pogba. I just think he gives them that extra edge that they will be missing against Real Madrid. Now, Carlitos Tevez has been incredible. He's scored big goals in big situations all year. But I'm still a little bit worried in that regard. So I'm going with Real Madrid. I'm going with Barcelona. I think that will be our final. And if again, there's going to be a lot more time to break things down. But if you really made me choose right now, I think Barcelona would win it all. Just from a standpoint of when you look at what they've done since I would say about the New Year's break, they've just gone and haven't looked back. I mean, they had that 13-game winning streak where they were just beating teams 6-0. I mean, and it all comes down to the unselfishness of them. I think when you look at Suarez, you look at Neymar, you look at Messi, you look at how close they are, their bond that they share. I just think that's all you really need to see, and it extends to the way that they play on the pitch, how unselfish they are. I think right now they're just at a different level. I mean, everyone on Barcelona makes the game easier for each other, from Ivan Rakitic to Lionel Messi to Pedro Alvarez. They just all make the game easier for each other, and it's just incredible to watch. But we are in store for so much good stuff. It is really, I mean, you could not ask for a better Final Four set of matches here. I cannot wait, but we will get into it later, but just the initial thoughts of this. But stay with us for later in the show. It's time to get into some NBA. LeBron James, my favorite person in the world. Ian Sachs joining me, though. Be on in a couple minutes.